Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we have understood if-else ladder. If you want to make a decision to execute certain piece of code based on condition, how we can use if-else. Same thing can be achieved concisely using the ternary operator. Also, ternary operator is the only operator which works on three operands. The syntax is very simple here. The syntax is you have to put the condition which will result in Boolean value. Whenever we say condition in Java, conditions always result in Boolean value, whether they are true or false. Now we will check, is this condition true or false? If it is true, then whatever we write before the colon, that will be returned. If it is false, whatever we write after the colon, that will be returned. This result you can store back inside some variable. This is the basic syntax here. For an example, basic example, if I have to take, I will say integer type of number 1 equals to 10. Fine. Integer type of number 2 equals to 20. Great. Now I will check, is number 1 greater than number 2? Is number 1 greater than number 2? If it is yes, if it is true, I want to return whatever data is there inside the number 1. Else, I want to return whatever data is there inside the number 2. Then the total result I will store in a variable called as res. If you check system.out.println what data is there inside the res, then in this case you will find number 2 data. Now please see here, number 1 which is 10. Is it equal to 20? No, of course, this condition is resulting in false. If it is resulting in false, then whatever piece of code you write after the colon, that will be returned, that will be executed. So N2 will be given, and inside the res, whatever data is there inside the N2, that is present. So basically here the output will be 20. Very simple it is. For an instance, if I make it 100 here and I'm checking here, is N1 greater than N2? The answer is yes. This condition is resulting in true. If it is resulting in true, whatever piece of code you write inside the N1 before the colon, whatever is there before the colon, that value will be returned here. Let's take one or two examples and try to execute in the IDE. Let me open Eclipse. As you can see, I have opened the IDE and same piece of code I have written here, which you can check. So inside the number 1, I have 10. Number 2, I have 20. I'm checking the condition. Is number 1 greater than number 2? Of course, this expression, this condition is leading to or resulting to false. If it is false, whatever is there inside, or maybe say after the colon, whatever is there after the colon, that will be returned. So N2 value will be returned and it will be stored again in this variable which you have created. So if this condition is satisfying, if it is resulting in true, then the piece of code which you have written before the colon, that will be written. If this condition is resulting in false, whatever piece of code you have written after the colon, that will be executed. Fine. So of course, if I run this, whatever is there, since it is resulting in false, if it is resulting in false, then N2 code should be returned to res. And if I am printing res, 20 should be the output. You can see here, 20 is which I am getting here. Fine. So let me take one more example here to check if the number is even or odd. I will be writing that using the if else also. Same thing I will convert to ternary operator. Let me write down here. As you can see on your screen, I have written simple code to check if the given number is even or odd. Even number means 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd number is 1, 5, 3, 9, 7, all of them are odd numbers. I hope those fundamentals you are aware. Fine. Now number, that means inside this 10 is there. 10 mod 2. If you divide 10 by 2, what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 0. So hence this expression, this particular condition will result in true. If it is resulting in true, whatever piece of code you write inside the if block, that will be executed. Hence the output will be even here. So let me just run this. You can notice I'm getting even here. If I make it maybe 9, if you try to divide 9 by 2, right? So of course the 9 mod 2, then the remainder will not be 0, the remainder will be 1. So if it is 1, then of course this is resulting in false. If it is resulting in false, whatever is there inside the else block, that will be executed. So let me run here. You can see we are getting whatever is there inside the else block, which is odd. Same thing how we can write within the, by using the ternary operator. If you have to observe here, I will say here string type of result equals to, okay, let me just have that number here. Let it not be commenting this number. Let it be there. Now I'm just checking it. Fine. Is whatever data is there inside this variable mod 2. If it is equal to 0, then I will write here, if it is equal to 0, it is an even number. Else, that means after the colon, I will return odd. That's all. Fine. And finally, I will just print system.out.println res. So now please check here. The number inside this is 9. If you try to divide 9 by 2, what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 1. So this condition is right now false. If it is false, whatever you have written after the colon, that value will be returned. So after the colon, we have odd will be written here. And if you try to check, you can see here, we are getting it as odd. Making sense? Now, if I just make it maybe 10. So if you try to divide 10 by 2, the remainder is 0. So this is 0. So this is true. If it is true, this condition is resulting in true, then whatever piece of code you have written before the colon, that will be returned. So inside the res, we have even, and if you just try to print here, you are seeing here even. Fine. So same thing can be done using the if else also. Same thing can be done using the ternary operator. Ternary operator, maybe you will not be able to find the readability, but same code you can write concisely. You need not write so many lines. Can be done using the single line also. How we have written multiple conditions here, if else, else if. Can something same be done using the ternary operator also? The answer is yes, that can also be done. For an instance, I have a code here, integer type of, let me consider a few numbers here. You can see I have created 3 variables here and I have stored the data 10, 20 and 30. I want to check which is the largest number among 3. For which, let me write the ternary operator here. So what I'm going to do here is, I will put the condition here. I will say, is n1, is it greater than n2? If it is yes, I want to return the value which is there before the colon. If it is no, I want to return the value which is there after the colon. Fine. Now, right now, is n1 value greater than n2? No. Of course, whatever is there after the colon, that will be executed. So n1 is not the largest value. But I do have n3 also. Directly, I cannot return n2 number. Again, I have to check the condition here. I will check here. Is n2 greater than n3? If it is yes, then of course, I will return n2. If it is no, I will return n3. That means whatever value is there inside this n3 variable. Fine. Now, if it is n1 is really greater than n2, of course, whatever code is there before the colon, that will be executed. Again, we have number 3 also here. Directly, I will not return directly n1. I will again check here one more condition. Is it how we have done nesting there? Something similar I am doing here. I will say here, is n1 also greater than n3? Is it also greater than n3? If it is yes, then I will return n1. If it is no, I will return n3. Making sense here? So let me just write one full expression here. I would like to just write down in this style. Fine. So let me just write one full expression here. All right. And finally, I will store back the result inside one variable called as integer type of res. And let me just print here system.out.println. I will say here the largest number is, then whatever data we have inside res. So if I have to run this, of course you can see we are getting 30. So what exactly happening here? Let's understand. First, this will be checked. Is number 1, which is 10. Is 10 greater than 20? No. So of course, whatever is there after the colon, that will be executed. So if this condition is true, only then the code before the colon will be executed. Fine. Right now, this condition is false. N1 is not greater than N2. So whatever is there after the colon, that code has to be executed. So directly I'm not returning n2 here. I'm again checking, is n2 data inside number 2, is it greater than number 3? No. So whatever is there after the colon, again that will be returned. So n3 will be returned. So inside res we have n3, and you can see the largest number is 30, which you are getting a right answer here. So whatever nesting you have done in case of if else, same thing can be done here also. Again, readability wise it is not so friendly, but it is not difficult also. It is also easy. If you want to make a decision and execute certain piece of code based on the condition, you can go with if else also, and also you can go with ternary operator. But the way ternary operator works, the basic syntax, I hope you are aware of it. If this condition is true, then code before the colon will be written. If this condition is false, then the code after colon will be written. That will be executed and that will be returned back. And again, that you can use it. I hope now you have understood at least fundamentally the ternary operator. If there is any flaw, you can rewatch the video, you can try to practice, and I'm pretty sure you will be having good hold on that. Going forward, we are going to use these operators extensively. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe the channel, share with your colleagues and friends, and also join our WhatsApp channel for the regular updates. I'm going to come up with the multiple series. I'm also recording design patterns, Spring Boot, and in-depth Java series. There will be a separate Java playlist also coming up, where I'm going to teach in-depth from the absolute scratch to the advanced level of Java also. For the regular updates, please do join the WhatsApp channel. You can find the link in the description, also in the comment sections. Thank you so much again. We'll meet in the next video.